Disclaimer, I am not a professional artist and cannot draw very well. The following scenes are just me attempting my best. If you are easily offended by horribly drawn images, please turn away now. But please do take a look.
Evaluation question 4. How did you use media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation stages? Again, I would like to reiterate that I am not the best drawer, so please do bear with all the drawings that you see. So one important media technology that we used was the camera, and we also used the equipment that went along with it. So we used a Canon EOS 750D digital SLR with 3 different lenses, the 18-55mm IS-STM lens, a wide-angle ultrasonic lens, as well as a 28mm macro IS-STM lens. The macro camera lens was used for close-ups as they worked better to emphasize the shots of the letters in the cards. This camera was great because it allowed us to record in 1080p. In this you can also go up to 50 frames per second in 720p, which was ideal for us as we initially planned the whole video would be in slow motion to help emphasize the narrative. As it was my own camera, I was able to have access to it as and when I needed, and that was helpful when we wanted to refilm some shots. During the performance, we did a one-shot take, but with the same camera and lens to maintain the quality throughout. This also helped us filming other tasks such as target audience feedback and research. This also helped when we produced our ancillaries, as we were able to take shots needed for each of our chosen products. We also ensured that we had a backup camera, the Canon 1200D, throughout the whole process of filming on our shoot days, and this ensured that if anything did happen to the first original camera that we were using, then we would be able to shoot with a camera of similar capabilities and also not fall behind. We also had a 64GB SD card, which was quite big, so that ensured that whilst we were filming we didn't run out of space and didn't have to change the SD card often, and we were able to retake as many shots as we needed without such a small limited storage space, and of course we did have a spare just in case. We also attached a shoulder rig to the camera, and as you can see I'm not going to be able to draw it, so I'm not even going to, but this helped us ensure that all the shots where we didn't use a tripod and needed smooth shots we could get, and it would become as steady as we could get it. From research we found that there was more moving shots than still shots in our genre, and therefore as a group we decided that we were going to use a range of shots. We used a slider, and before the shoot we got used to it as with all other equipment, just so that on the day everything just ran smoothly. Using the advanced software Premiere Pro CC, it allowed me to make the whole sequence for the music video. It allowed for previews to take place whilst editing, and that helped especially with the performance segment of the music video, as I was able to see whether the lip syncing was matched up with the audio. It helped enhance my video with even the smallest of things, such as transitions. At the very beginning, a subtle fade was used, and the same with the end. Adding cross dissolves in some parts of the video helped break up the narrative and performance more smoothly also. I was already familiar with this application. I was able to edit at a much faster rate because of this than I would have previously. I also used markers with the sequence timeline to help me with the placement of some shots and also where certain cuts were. I also used Adobe After Effects CC. Using this in combination with Premiere Pro allowed me to work more efficiently. I was able to link my project on Premiere with After Effects and successfully produce my video. To enhance my clips better, I used After Effects. For example, the shot that imitated eyes closing, it was originally a piece of cloth covering the lens, but through using the shape tools and motion tools I was able to create a more effective, realistic eye close. Color grading was also important in our music video, as it helped improve the quality and continuity of our shots as the lighting differed from the interior and exterior shots. I adjusted the white balance on the clips on After Effects, as this gave me more control on the temperature and tint of each clip. I then added this to the Premiere file, and on the whole sequence I added a blue hue using the Lumetri color correction tool to give it a more high quality look. Photoshop was one of the most important applications of media technology that I think that I used throughout all stages of my project. During the research and planning stage, I used this mostly for ancillary products. I used it to create or redesign existing digipacks and albums, posters such as Ariana Grande's poster and Katy Perry's digipack. This was also important during the production of my ancillary products, as I was again familiar with this software. I was able to warp the album poster onto different images to promote the artist and their album, such as on a lightbox and a billboard. Some of the tools that I used to enhance my products were the Gaussian blur tool, advanced blending option channel for the twitch effect, and the adjustment layers for the images such as brightness and contrasts, curves, lighting effects and white balance. Blogger was of course essential at presenting all my work coherently and in an organised way. Everything was in one place and in a chronological order, starting from preliminary all the way through to production and evaluation. It allowed me to embed work that had been produced on other websites or documents through the use of HTML. It was also quite easy to use and navigate with the help of labels. As a group, the labels were used to showcase what the work was in relation to. So for example, research, planning, production or ancillary. Adding our names as labels also helped showcase whose work it was. YouTube and Vimeo. These two online websites allowed us to upload any videos that we had. So for example, any focus groups we conducted for our target audience feedback or research. This was also especially useful at uploading our actual music video and the different cuts. To upload our music videos, we used Vimeo, as YouTube would not allow the use of the copyrighted song that we were using, Running by Naughty Boy, featuring Beyonce and Ara Benjamin, due to legislation. Uploading it onto these online websites made it more widely accessible. Therefore, when we wanted to gain feedback from our target audience, we could attach a link to the online questionnaires. I also used YouTube as a researching tool. If I wanted to know how to do something on any of the softwares I was using, I was able to watch a video on how to do so. So for example, how to have a specific color and focus within Premiere Pro CC, but also to watch music videos themselves helped me with my research process to find the codes and conventions within the genre of pop. Google was also one of the important media technologies that we used, and here you can see me not knowing how to draw it because I didn't have the right colours. Apologies. But anyway, as a group we had a shared drive and used shared Google Docs and Google Slides, which meant that we could all collaborate on our work at the same time, but also at different times if need be. These were also easily able to embed into Blogger, and that made it efficient and easy to use. We used Google Forms to create online questionnaires to distribute to our audience, and we all had access to view this and the responses as well, which made it a good tool to use for time efficiency. Other websites and online applications that I used in the whole process included Canva, Fota, Padlet, SlideShare, Pictochart, and Albumizer, and also a range of different documents. And my camera died, so it's just going to be me speaking and a range of images. As I was saying, I used a range of different websites and online applications for this to create a range of different documents, infographics, posters and albums. And again, as these were able to easily embed into Blogger, they were appropriate and relevant to use to showcase my research and planning, but also my ancillary and my evaluation. And that concludes my evaluation question 4. Hope you enjoyed it, and apologies for the horrible drawings. I am sorry.